What's up guys, it's Terrified. Welcome back to another video, and today I'll be reviewing chapter 49 of Boruto. Before we get into the video, I know I do this every video, but I just want to announce I finally got a mic, an actual mic that I can hook up to my computer, and yeah, I can use for videos, which I'm super excited because audio is going to be way better. I just want to announce that before we get started. So yeah, let's just get into the review. And I know I did not review 48. That life happened. That's what happened. I was going to combine 48, 49, then I realized that's going to be like an hour-long video of me talking about Boruto and the craziness. So I decided not to do that because I had, I just don't want to make an hour-long review. That's really the whole reason. And some of it was time. Just never got around to it. And I won't ever. Because I went back to school. So I started school this past week. So yeah, let's just get into it. So chapter 49. The title of the chapter is Prepared. And when you hear a chapter like this, it's just a word, it's a word, in English language, it means, you're getting ready for something. Usually, in series like Boruto, it means you're going to get prepared for a big fight, or you're going to have to nearly face a near-death situation, which I'll get into it, alright? Now I feel like, now having this mic, I have to have, this podcast voice. So yeah, if I have a podcast voice, I do apologize. It's kind of like a little dream of mine to have a podcast voice, but if I script my videos, if I ever script my videos, I probably would develop one. But anyways, that is so irrelevant to today's video. But anyways, I don't know where to begin. Really, besides me talking about the title, I think I'm just going to talk about the madness, I'm okay, first question I have, is this a new thing to have, the secret underground tunnels I was talking about? That's, I guess something that's been invented in, the recent years in the Boruto time period, because... But then again, he's most shinobi don't know about it, most people don't know it exists, so we can, hide Kawaki and Boruto and Amando, and I am so glad that thing around Shikadai's neck won't blow him into a bunch of bits and pieces. That was just, when I was so relieved when I found that out. So, yeah. Just referencing back to 48. Yeah, that's something I want to mention. I'm that's new information, but then again, a lot of things in Naruto weren't, a lot of things in the universe of Naruto / Boruto, if you count all of it to be one, just a lot of things have never been explained, especially about the Utsukis, which is something that Boruto is gonna really dive into at some point, which is starting to. Naruto was about all of the freaking Jin Cherokee and the freaking Uchiha clan and all these other things, and it's a lot to remember. It's the reason why I don't make Naruto videos, because it's a lot to remember, and I don't really my brain, I don't think can process everything, but I'm surprised I've been able to keep up with Boruto for the most part. But yeah, so, yeah, getting back to it. And yeah, I just kind of want to mention that. And then, of course, Shinki decides to pop his rear head into the village. That was already going to happen at some point. And 48 basically was left you off like that. And of course, Boruto doesn't know the cliffhanger. And I do not like cliffhangers. They drive me nuts. Just annoy the living crap out of me. Just annoys me because I'm I just want to know what happens, and I have to wait a whole month. It's not weekly where I'm gonna next Thursday I'm gonna know what happens, or Boruto episodes air every Sunday. It's not like every Sunday I'm gonna know what happens next. It's not. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately, with manga. That's the one thing I will say that sucks about manga. Like, they can, like, I know my God. I cannot talk today. I apologize. I'm sorry. But My Academia, I think, has weekly chapters, which is cool. It's the reason why I haven't caught up yet. But then again, it's just me procrastinating. Because I am probably the queen of procrastination when it comes to YouTube videos. So yeah. Or just, like, trying to get content to come out. Or, like, it's because I just never make it. But anyways, it's not what we're here to talk about. Me and my lack of motivation these days. Or my lack to put more effort in these videos. Which I put a lot of effort. Well, now I'm putting more effort because I got a mic. Yeah. So anyways, just okay. Back to Boruto. Don't get sidetracked, Star. Okay, you're like the queen of getting sidetracked at this point. But yeah, this chapter, it's dark. I'm going to admit, Boruto is like way darker than Naruto was like ever at this point in the series. Of course, Shinki pops his weird head, and Naruto and Sasuke have to go like fight him, and yes, Boruto is getting involved in the fight. What would be a point of being a protagonist if you're not the person who gets in all the fights all the time? Like, that's the whole point of being a protagonist in shonen series. Like, all the cool stuff happens to you, in other words. Yeah. That's just a common thing I've noticed in, just shonen series in general. So, yeah. Yeah, so, now, and so, like, Ishiki's going around the village. He talks to, like, some of the shinobi. He's like, do you know a boy named Kawaki? Where is he? Where's my boy? Where's my good old boy Kawaki? Like, he needs to come home. I made that sound so weird. Only me, but okay. Anyways, you guys get the point. So Ishinki is looking for Kawaki, and one of the shinobi is like, I gotta throw my shuriken at, like, my freaking ninja tools at him, because, like, yet again, the shinobi don't know his abilities, so you can't really, like, because he can shrink things. But, like, he shrink, like, objects. Like, you can't shrink, like, living creatures, which is pretty, it's, like, the one downside to is, like, this ability he has. And, so, yeah. That's that. And then, dude essentially gets killed. One dude does. Like, I would assume from, like, yeah, his injuries, I think you would just, like, bleed to death. Anyways, so yeah, Naruto shows him seeing, like, being the good old Hokage he is. I do want to say, before I continue on between, like, the, dialogue and, like, the things that happen between Shinki and Naruto, is that I really want to talk about Boruto for a second. You can tell the difference between Boruto and Naruto at their ages. And poor Boruto, like, this poor child, alright? Yes, I'm giving him my sympathy because, I just have a soft spot for Boruto, He's not my favorite character in the Boruto series. I will say that. But I do love him. He's our protagonist, and I've learned to like Boruto. Like, at first I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, you're just a brat, but he's not that bad. There's worse characters out there. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's just this poor kid is, like, taking all these burdens, and he realized, I'm going to get into something that is going to be very important, which I'm going to spend a lot of time talking on, so I need to cut to the chase. So yeah, Shinki, Naruto, yeah, they're starting to duke it out, but, Shinki is like, he doesn't give a crap about, the village. He's just like, boop, I'm going to, like, destroy this village, because I need to find Kawaki, but Kawaki's karma is Gano. As of now, of course, like, if he could get it again, like, it's gone, I know that. And then there's Boruto, and because the karma Boruto's karma is from Momoshiki, so I'm gonna get into all that in a second. So yeah, so Naruto and Shikigami, they're like dueling it out. And then Sasuke pops up. And Sasuke's like, I'm here. And then, Sasuke always shows fashionably late for everything, But, and then we get to see why he kind of was a little late. This is the important part. You have these panels of Sasuke and Boruto talking. It's called prepared for a reason, because you have to be prepared for the worst in these situations. You have to be prepared, like, just for the worst thing that could happen. And we find out what Sasuke assumes, that, with Boruto's karma being Momoshiki's reincarnation, it's advanced further than, like, any of them thought, because they talk about the fight with Boro, when he kind of went a little berserk and freaking, blasted Boro to bits. And Boruto has really no, like, recollection, no memory of really what happened. He says it's foggy, he doesn't remember much, which, it wasn't, this is how he explains it. It's like, he was there, seeing everything, but, like, it wasn't him. Someone else was controlling his body and his actions. And so yeah, so Momoshiki's like, it was all Momoshiki, what Boruto concludes. And it's like, it wasn't really me fighting Boro, and it's like, I don't know how much time I have left, and the sad part about there's a sad element to this chapter, and the sad element is Boruto's like, basically, Momoshiki is overtaking my mind and my body, and I won't be me one day. And this got me a little, because it's really sad, like, Boruto's like 12, and like, this is awful for a 12-year-old kid to go through, Well, hold on, guys, my internet disconnected. It doesn't affect my recording, but I want to reconnect it for when I go edit. Okay. So, anyways, it's just sad. And he's just like, I'm scared when this happens and Momoshiki overtakes my body. Like, is he gonna go berserk on everybody? Like, is he gonna, like, am I gonna, like, try to hurt the people I care about? Am I gonna try to hurt the people in the village? Like, my dad, my friends, my mom, Himawari, like, it's scary. It's like, kind of, but, and Boruto, like, when he uses the karma, like, in that mode he goes into, he doesn't remember, because it's not technically him. It may be Boruto's body, but it is not Boruto, from what we can conclude. And basically, Sasuke basically asks Boruto to use it to help stop Jigen, because both Boruto and Sasuke know that last time Naruto and Sasuke tried to fight Jigen, it didn't end so well. Sasuke was badly injured, and Naruto got trapped in a different freaking place. Realm. Dimension's the word. There you go. There we go. So anyways, give me a sec. Yeah, so basically, that happened. It just didn't end well, and like, Team 7 had to go save them, basically, So, mainly Naruto. Because Sasuke was able to use his brain god to teleport and kind of be like, yeah, we tried to fight Jigen and we ultimately failed, and we need some help. So, yeah. It's just, and then the other sad thing, what I was talking about with what Boruto said, the other part to this is that Sasuke's like, if that does happen, when the day comes, or like even through this fight, if it happens, if Momoshiki takes over your body and you become, you go berserk, because it's like Momoshiki, not you. Sasuke's like, I am prepared to even kill you, or like he says stop you, but then he goes like, I will even kill you if that's what it takes to stop you. And it's sad. It's sad. It's like Sasuke clearly does care about Boruto, and he's willing to go to that length because Sasuke he damn well knows that Naruto's not going to be able to do it. Because Naruto does not want Boruto involved in this. He wants Boruto to be safe because it's his kid. You're worried about your kid. And you're scared that, something awful is going to happen because there's been, but yeah. Because it's not like when they fought Boro, but it's on a different level because you're dealing with basically a god and you have to fight a godlike creature. And excuse me, sorry, I did not mean to do that. When it comes to like a godlike creature, it's like, oh my god, not making any puns, all right? It's just crazy because you don't know what's going to happen, and the boys don't operate like normal shinobi. They don't really have chakra. Like, they don't. Like, they have like this infinite amount of power source. And if I'm correct, please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. I do appreciate when my facts are wrong, people correct me, because it lets me know that I wasn't smart. I should have done my research. Should have done my homework. I should have been like positive. So yeah. This is a video I want to remake that I made, I think about 2 years ago. So I really do need to do like I need to script it. Definitely going to be a video I'm planning on remaking. So yeah. Yeah, it's just really sad. So yeah, most of the chapters, rest is just Sasuke and Boruto. And so yeah. And Boruto's terrified what's going to happen, like, because he knows he has to use his karma, and he has to momentarily, hopefully, he can gain control back. Hopefully Momoshiki doesn't take this advantage to go full-blown you-know-what. And then, so yeah. Yeah, I do find it funny that at first, Naruto, when him and his Shinki are talking, he's like, you could just go home, dude. Go. Just come back another day. Like, just go home because we don't have what you're looking for. But they really do. But, so, yeah. Yeah, and then, like, Naruto and, like, freaking Sasuke start going at it. Shiki, we're back to the fight at this point. And Sasuke's like, Naruto, throw some object, like throw the shuriken. And Naruto's just like, what? Like what, Sasuke? And Sasuke's just like, do it, man. I'm trying to make this review entertaining to kind of not make this review depressing, because this chapter was a little depressing. So anyways, yeah. And then Sasuke throws his sword, his katana. I want to call it, I think it's a katana. Alright, I said sword, I'm sorry. I think it's a katana, alright? Correct me in the comments, please. Alright, like, these little facts in Boruto, like, I forget. Now, like, the Boruto Naruto, like, I forget, like, I do. Like, it's just, like, honestly. I'm more worried about, like, freaking how, like, they're gonna stop his Shinki. And, like, is there a way for Boruto not to become Momoshiki? Like, that's just, yeah. Yeah, is there a way to, like, yeah, we know the way to permanently get rid of the karma, but you know, that usually involves death. That wonderful D word. I mean death, guys. Okay? Right? Nothing else. Just that word. Right? I use it a lot. It's very well known in my vocabulary. Yeah. So, yeah, and then throws the sword, and Sasuke throws his katana, and Boruto pops out. It's transformation jutsu, because Jinky can't use his, like, shrinking ability on what he's like, what, like, that's when he can't use his non-living creatures. He's Shinky, you messed up. I'm about to call it Shinky Jigen, because I don't know if I'm saying this guy's name right. Am I not? Like, hopefully I am. I hope so. So yeah, and then it's Boruto, and then Boruto, you know, he's got, like, let me see. There you go. He's got, like, you know, it's not, the Jogen isn't, like, activated. I don't know, maybe it's just the art style of it. But, like, you could tell he's, like, has a karma going on. He's got, like, the marks on his face, you know. You can tell it's still Boruto in this moment. But, you know, it clearly, Ishinki makes the conclusion that Boruto has a lot of access to Momoshiki's abilities through using the karma, which is pretty interesting, and he can still keep Boruto. Like, Boruto can still be himself without turning into Momoshiki and going berserk. So, yeah, and then Boruto just takes Ishiki through, you know, a different dimension, and then Sasuke and Naruto go after him, and so, thus leaving what is near the end of the chapter. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, one thing. Boruto asks to borrow Sasuke's headband. That's really interesting, and it sounds like you better bring it back to me, kid, like in person, you know, because it means a lot to me. It has a lot of sentimental value to Sasuke. So yeah, and I think just these moments between Boruto and Sasuke, I find them, they're really nice. You know, it's like a nice, like, teacher and, like, student bonding, you know. So yeah, and if Sasuke does die in this series, I'm saying what if he does, I hope not. I don't want Naruto or Sasuke to die in the series, but, you know, if he does, it's gonna be sad. Boruto's just gone really dark. It's on, like, a whole nother level than Naruto was. Naruto got pretty dark at times, but for the most part, but it's just been one chapter after another, like, these past few months. And I'll give the writers credit to, like, good job. So yeah, you know, they're in a different dimension, and so yeah. And in the dimension, the three of them, Sasuke, Naruto, Boruto, are planning to take down Shinki. And then I do want to say the last line of the chapter, the last, like, the panel, I mean, not line, but is Shiki's line. It says, "Inferior creatures, you'll regret this soon enough." So yeah, I don't know, I find that to have some significance, because, like, Jigen's gonna whip out some, like, crazy ability that they haven't seen yet, and it's gonna cause, like, just destruction, or it's gonna cause something really bad to happen, you know? I'm, like, not trying to say death and win, like, Naruto or Sasuke. I don't think the Rays aren't gonna kill Boruto off, okay? It's serious, it's about him. And plus, you know, we go back to the little prologue in the beginning of the series, and it's Kwaki versus Boruto. Yes, every chance I get, I'm going to relate the two things together, because I'm trying to pinpoint what is going to go wrong to make Kwaki go rogue and say, frick this freaking shinobi life. Like, I'm gonna go become rogue, evil ninja. Like, not even ninja, rogue. I'm just gonna go rogue and go, just hate on shinobi and destroy a whole, like, freaking village. Like, we don't know what's happened prior, but we will. And then Boruto's like, I'm gonna fight you, Kawaki, because you made a mistake. And I love, like, in the beginning of Boruto, people were like, wait, will Boruto go rogue because A, B, C, and D? And it's like, Hazuna asks, like, how does Kawaki go rogue? A, B, C, and D, It's just, yeah, I did make a video saying, I made a couple of videos. I think I made, like, 2 or 3 videos about Kawaki. I do want to make another video about Kawaki, about, like, what happens, how it's going to happen, When it comes to those kind of videos, I'm going to try to start scripting them because I want them to sound a certain way to where it sounds cool. So, yeah. Yes, I am trying to correlate the two things because I'm like, is this going to be the start of Boruto and Kawaki's, them breaking apart, like, freaking, does something happen to Naruto or Sasuke to make Kawaki feel some way, or, like, is Ishiki gonna, like, master manipulate Kawaki once again, Is, like, this gonna go, like, this, I feel like, is the starting point to what will inevitably, create Kawaki's betrayal, you could say, or him going rogue. Like, I'm assuming he went rogue, because it looked like from the prologue. Because, again, the main character of series, they're the protagonist. A good person or a bad person. The protagonist is usually someone we can relate to. Let's just say, for instance, Boruto. Good protagonist. He's the good guy. Which I'm assuming Boruto will be the good guy. Kawaki, bad guy. Put that in perspective. And then it makes me, like, as someone who, for me, when I first saw him, like, what happened was my question. I was like, what happened? What's going to happen? But then it shows about Boruto. And, like, who's this guy? Who's this Kawaki dude? And then we finally have met Kawaki. And I'm like, oh, shoot. But now my question is like, what happened? What's going to happen? Like, is this the start of what will inevitably lead to Kawaki leaving, the leaf and going rogue? Like, is Sakura even, like, still existing? Because all he says is the age of shinobi is over, which means, like, time for ninjas to go bye-bye, It's time to put away the shinobi life and, like, the different life, like a more, like, non-shinobi life. So yeah, like, that's just, like, to me, I know it's weird. Like, I feel like every time I make a Boruto review, I'm trying to relate to that prologue, but there is something that's significant is going to happen, and I'm going to find it, and I'm going to pinpoint it, because I have to, because, it's me, because I like to overanalyze everything, and especially get over philosophical. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Attack on Titan. I am. I'm looking at you. So, yeah, but, maybe, yeah, Jigen's gonna whip out some, like, crazy ability. You never know with these Utsukis, because they always got something up their sleeves that we just don't know about. Because it's just very mysterious, because in Naruto, they did explain, like, they explained some of it, but he explained the whole thing. All we know is that they have, the only way they keep, like, repopulating and regenerating is through reincarnation. And we know, like, about the chakra tree and, like, about, the Kagura and, like, everything else. Dealing with Kagura, like, that's really the only Utsutsuki we knew about. There's Momoshiki, and there was, like, Irayashiki, there was, like, Kinshiki, there was, like, Toneri, but he was an Utsutsuki. And now there's Ishinki. Like, you got all these Utsutsukis wandering around, going about. And it just imagines, like, how many more of these, like, Utsutsuki, like, you could call them alien-like creatures, like, are there? Because they're basically, like, they're, like, god-level, like, power ability. It's, like, insane. Like, Sasuke and Naruto are, like, one of, like, probably, right, like, if we're looking in Boruto terms, probably, like, the two most strongest shinobi the Leaf has, you know, and, like, if they can barely take down Shinki as it is, you know, it's just like, oh man. But, like, then again, you have Boruto, but we all know what's gonna happen to Boruto. But then again, that brings my point. It looked like Boruto still had the karma. So, Boruto is going to probably live through this in one piece. But then again, you never know what's gonna happen, you know. Just, you know, I know, I'm like, someone's gonna get irritated at me at one point. But, like, stop, like, freaking relating everything that happens to Boruto to that one moment that's going to happen in the future, that the prologue that we saw in the beginning, right? Just let it go. No, I won't let it go, because I'm just so fascinated and intrigued, like, what's happening, what was it, like, when did it happen, like, how did it happen, like, what, like, did someone die? Of course, you know, did someone die? Or, like, did something happen between Boruto and Karaki? Like, you know, of course something did, but, like, how does it happen? Like, how, when, where, how, like, you know, how, where, when, why? You know, why did this happen? Like, could this been prevented? This, you know, somehow. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. So yeah, it's just, I just like to believe, because it's just so interesting. You know, and I like to put it in my reviews to remind people the prologue. So yeah, we'll see what happens, because, you know, a lot of stuff is going down here. Don't mention, yeah, forgot, I don't want to mention anything. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna conclude that. So basically, chapter 50, I'm excited for it. Every time I say chapter 50, I think of Attack on Titan, because that one chapter, chapter 50 of Attack on Titan, is like the legendary chapter, one of the legendary chapters of the series, for certain reasons. But we're not here to talk about Attack on Titan. So anyways, yeah, guys, just let me know if I forgot to mention something you want me to talk about in the comment section below. So if you made it this far into the video, just leave a like and consider subscribing for more content like this. And anyways, guys, yeah, we'll see what happens between Sasuke, Boruto, and Naruto, and Shinki versus Shinki next chapter. So yeah, chapter 50. Can't wait. Anyways, guys, I'll see you. Anyways, guys, this is Stepher. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. And don't forget to stay safe and stay healthy during times like these, okay? Anyways, all my social medias will be linked in the description, and my email if you guys want to, like, email me, okay? Anyways, guys, this is Stepher. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.